Welcome to the Hello Irlandia weekly news. The main news stories over the past week have included: Poland delivers a stern protest to Belarus over an alleged cross-border incursion on Monday night. Narodowy Bank Polski raises a key reference interest rate in a rapid response to the 6.8% October inflation rate. Prime Minister Morawiecki emphasises the need for a just transition to carbon neutrality at the COP26 summit in Glasgow. And Poles mark the All Saints' Day long weekend, with millions visiting the graves of loved ones. The past week has seen a further escalation of tensions between Poland and Belarus over the situation on their common border. On Wednesday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Warszawa said it had summoned the Belarusian charge d'affaires following an armed incursion into Polish territory on Monday night. In a statement, the ministry said that the charge d'affaires of the Republic of Belarus, Alexander Chesnovsky, was summoned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the 2nd of November 2021. He was received by MFA's Secretary of State, Professor Piotr Wawrzyk. The two officials talked about the intrusion into Polish territory from the territory of the Republic of Belarus of unidentified uniformed individuals armed with long guns. The incident took place on the night of the 1st to the 2nd of November. The statement continued that Deputy Foreign Minister Piotr Wawrzyk forwarded an emphatic protest to the Belarusian side against the violation of Polish state border, emphasising that the actions taken by the Belarusian authorities in recent weeks have the increasingly evident hallmarks of a deliberate escalation. The deputy head of Polish diplomacy pointed out that Poland deems such actions unacceptable and will not tolerate them. He emphasised that Poland is determined to defend its borders and the external borders of the European Union. He also communicated that Poland and the Euro-Atlantic Community of Democratic States will consistently stand opposed to illegal migration orchestrated by Minsk. The Deputy Foreign Minister announced a note of protest to the MFA of the Republic of Belarus and urged the Belarusian side to explain the incident immediately. The head of the Polish border guard has sent a letter to his Belarusian counterpart requesting an explanation for the incident, while Security Services spokesperson Stanisław Żaran commented that Lukashenko's provocations are getting more dangerous. On Tuesday night, Polish soldiers saw on the territory of Poland 3 uniformed people with long guns. When they met a Polish patrol, they reloaded their weapons and went away towards Belarus. On Wednesday, President Duda signed the bill approved by Parliament last month to build a border wall on the frontier with Belarus in an attempt to stem the influx of mainly Middle Eastern migrants into the EU, which Poland claims is being deliberately instigated by Belarus. Construction of what's termed a permanent barrier is expected to take several months to complete and cost 1.6 billion złotych. Following last week's cabinet reshuffle, Prawo i Sprawiedliwość leader Jarosław Kaczyński has completed further housekeeping within the ruling Zjednoczona Prawica bloc. On Friday, the Adam Bielin-led Partia Republikańska was officially brought into the alliance. Kaczyński and Bielin held a news conference, with Kaczyński telling reporters that he was very pleased our coalition has a new member. He said that the two parties had agreed the terms earlier, but we didn't unveil them until all matters in our coalition have been settled. Kaczyński, in a reference to the inclusion of the Partia Republikańska, said that it's a good development and another step towards consigning that little disturbance inside our coalition to history. The little disturbance was, of course, last August's dismissal of then Deputy Prime Minister Jarosław Gowin and the departure of his Porozumienie party from the Zjednoczona Prawica. Bielin's group includes many parliamentarians who were originally in Porozumienie, as indeed was the MEP Bielin himself. The press conference came a day after Kaczyński announced that the Odnowa, renewal in English, faction of Deputy Defence Minister Marcin Oczepa was also joining the Zjednoczona Prawica. Last Friday, Główne Urząd Statystyczne, GUS, or Statistics Poland in English, Poland's State Statistics Office, issued its flash estimate for October inflation, which showed a 6.8% increase in year-on-year terms, 0.4% higher than that forecast by most economists. The flash estimate, if confirmed by subsequent final data, represents the highest monthly inflation rate in Poland since May 2001, and will only serve to increase fears that the Polish economy may be overheating. The September inflation rate was 5.9%, while August stood at 5.5%, with the rate of price increase in Poland consistently standing at or near the top for countries in the European Union. The Monetary Policy Council of the country's central bank, Narodowy Bank Polski, having long resisted pressure to increase interest rates, raised them on October 6th for the first time since 2012, with the reference rate rising from 0.1 to 0.5%. On Wednesday, the Monetary Policy Council raised the reference rate again, this time by 75 basis points to 1.25%, in what looked like a response to the alarming inflation figure. In some good economic news, Eurostat reported on Wednesday that by its measure, unemployment in Poland stood at just 3.4% in September, representing one of the lowest rates in the 27-nation bloc. The figure was unchanged from that for July and August. The COP24 climate change conference has been underway in Glasgow since Sunday, with various world leaders outlining their perspective on how to achieve the goal of carbon neutrality. Poland, given its traditional dependence on coal as an energy source, has often found itself in the firing line on such occasions, with Poland's hosting of the 2018 COP24 summit in Katowice having served to draw attention to the country's own environmental record. Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki has been vigorous in defending the Polish perspective. Speaking to reporters in Glasgow on Monday, he stressed the importance of what's referred to as a just transition, which emphasises the different starting points of countries in terms of their responsibility for climate change. Morawiecki said that, "This is a crucial thing, for if we want to tackle climate issues in solidarity, we must be aware that the United States or the rich countries of Western Europe are positioned much differently than those of Central Europe, such as Poland." Morawiecki also said that he hoped that the Glasgow summit would build on the work done in Katowice. After his address to the conference on Monday, he commented in a social media post that energy transition needs to be just, and that, for Poland to be able to participate in it under fair conditions, we must have appropriate resources, and also appropriate regulations must be in place in the European Union. During the summit, Morawiecki had an informal meeting with US President Joe Biden. Referring to the meeting, he commented that, "We have discussed climate challenges and security issues, including energy security, among other topics." COP26 continues until November 12th. While apparently Ireland is far from the only country that seeks to use its diaspora to bring quality reinforcements into its national soccer side. On Tuesday of last week, the Aston Villa Premier League player Matty Cash was officially granted Polish citizenship by the governor of the central province of Mazowieckie, Konstantin Radziwiłł. The paperwork had been in motion for some time, and last week's announcement followed a meeting between President Andrzej Duda and Cezary Kulesza, the president of the Polish Football Association. Cash is expected to be included in the Polish squad for the country's crucial World Cup qualifiers against Andorra and Hungary later this month. The 24-year-old Aston Villa right-back can also double up as a winger. He was born in Slough, but his mother and grandparents are Polish, hence his eligibility to play for Poland. Following the meeting, Duda had tweeted last week, in reference to the impending citizenship decision for Cash, "Congratulations and good luck on the pitch." Monday, November 1st was of course a public holiday in Poland marking All Saints' Day. The associated long weekend is traditionally an occasion to visit cemeteries, decorate the graves of deceased loved ones, and attend religious services. Poles often travel very long distances to honour this tradition, which, following the last-minute disruption of last year, was back in force this year, with family members lighting candles and laying flowers and wreaths on the graves of loved ones. That's all for this week.